Individually, every one of us has that special place in our lives. That place that always draws us back. That place that has that emotional, that physical connection. That place that evokes memories. A place that fills the heart no matter what the weather or what time of year you come. That place for me and my family is West Cork, because this is where our ancestors are from. This is where we feel most at home and most comfortable in our own skin. When we come here, we just breathe it all in and we can go back home again, safe and relaxed in the knowledge that the batteries are charged and we're ready to go again. Everyone, welcome to West Cork. So I'm up here at the beacon outside Baltimore that guards the entrance into Baltimore Harbour. I'm here at 6:30 in the morning and I'm on my own. I've never been up here on my own before in my life, and the solace and the sounds and everything about this place just evokes so many memories of my childhood and coming and spending weeks of the summer down here. But what I want to do is I want to capture this beacon, and if I flip you around, this is the old beacon that guards the entrance to Baltimore Harbour. And what I'm seeing here is, and there's my camera already set up, if you see on the ground we got these strata of rock and they all lead to the beacon, and I'm seeing an image something like that. I've got the sun coming up off to the left, and I got some nice sparse cloud that maybe the sun might illuminate at some point. But wow, there's sharks, there's whales, there's dolphin, everything out in the sea here from me. Breaching. People pay a lot of money to go and see that, and I'm here watching it. Unbelievable. Just about here, you might or might not see it, but there's whales and dolphins and everything just out here. Fins out of the water, amazing. But anyway, back to the task in hand. I want to shoot this beacon, and my older sister, Colette, is looking for a photograph of this to match another one she has on the wall of Fastnet Lighthouse out in the ocean a bit, about 7 miles that way. She has it in black and white. I've taken a picture of it before myself when I was out there. She wants an image here in black and white to match that, so I'm going to take one for her here. I'm going to do a few long exposures, try and get some action in the sky, and yeah, let's get at it and let's see what we can get here at the Baltimore beacon. Wow, look at that light behind, amazing. Yeah, let's go. So maybe or maybe not, you can see it on the camera there. I'm set up for a 60-second exposure. I got the live ND32 in conjunction with an ND16 and a polarizer on the front. And I've got a 60-second exposure at f5.6 at ISO 100. So I'm going up and I want to try and get some movement. It's not really that much wind up here, which is very strange, but I want to get some movement in that cloud. I think that will really work well if it's converted to black and white. So we'll give that a go. Let's just press the shutter here. I've got a 2-second timer. And again, this is what I love about these long exposures. You press the shutter, the screen is working away, and then I can get my head up and just enjoy my surroundings and come back to the camera in a few minutes. That's Shirkin Island just out beyond the beacon there, and out beyond that again is Cape Clear. Amazing location, an amazing place to start off this little whistle stop, 2 or 3 hours doing some photography around the areas that mean so much to me. They mightn't be the most famous areas in West Cork, but they're areas that call me back year after year after year. And if any of the photos at this first location, the beacon in Baltimore, worked out, well, here they are. Yeah, so in a location like this, sometimes you get confined because of lack of space left or right to the one shot, which are the shots you've kind of seen just now in this video. So I just put everything down for a minute and decided, you know, take a walk around, see is there another composition. And I think I found one, which I'm quite proud of, to be honest, because normally I take that standard shot and head on. But I've just decided, seeing as I have the whole place to myself, just to take some time. So if I go flip you around here, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I've come off to the right. I was kind of up there on those rocks looking down for the last shots. But I've come off to the right and I'm kind of seeing a shot, something like this, where I put the beacon in the left third of the frame. And I've gone 16:9, so pretty much what you're seeing here on the video. With the beacon in the foreground and Sherkin Island and the cliffs of Sherkin Island heading off into the distance. And we got some of this nice fluffy cloud here. I'm not getting much light in it, but who gives a damn really? This is just a phenomenal location. But I see that shot there in a 16:9, and I'm going to try a few different exposures here, different exposure lengths to see what I get. Yeah, so I'll set up, have a look, put a 2-second timer on and rattle off some images. And if any of them worked out, people, well, here they are. You know, this is quite a self-indulgent video, quite a selfish video, if I say so myself, because what I'm showing you here in this relatively short video this week is the places of West Cork that we have long-standing connections with. The place I'm at right now is the place where it all started, because just out behind me here is Towhead, and this is where my grandfather was born. And as I flip you around, we've got where I'm standing and we've got the bay here, and in the distance we have a small white cottage sitting out there on Towhead, and that's where it all started for our family. So again, I'm going to just photograph this area very quickly. And I've always found it difficult to photograph because while it's stunningly beautiful, I find it hard composition-wise here. Off here in the distance, way off out there is, beyond the little islands, is the Fastnet Rock, the Fastnet Lighthouse. I took a photograph here. I took a photograph out at Fastnet a couple of years ago when we went out on a boat trip. I'll throw that up as well because it's one of my favourite photographs. And that photograph of Fastnet was taken with my phone. So, you know, you don't have to have fancy cameras to take photographs. You can get out and shoot with your phone. And get out and shoot those places that have connections with you. I'd love to know the areas that you have connections with, photographs of those areas. and the story behind them. Feel free to comment down below on those special areas, those special places that you have connections with. But for now, I'm going to try and do a pano here of Towhead, showing the cottage in the distance. But for us as a family, this is where it all started. And this where it all comes back to. My grandfather was born out there, and he used to walk the several kilometres into Castletownsend to school. He founded one of the founding members of Castlehaven GAA, and we're not staying too far from that sports ground this few days. So let's take a few photos here. Let's see what we can get. Let's see, can I work on composition here, because I've always struggled in this location, but it's crying out for pano. So let's see what I can do here in this very special location for our family. And if the few pictures worked out here, well, here they are. So this is another spot that has a massive significance to us as a family. Actually, the reason we're down here in West Cork this weekend is we're celebrating my mother's 80th birthday, and all the family has got together and come down for the weekend, you know, to the place that she loves more than anything, West Cork. And this again is one of those spots that is really special to us. It's a little spot called Castlehaven. You'll see behind me an old church and a graveyard, and all our ancestors are buried in this graveyard. And if I flip you around, this is the beautiful view that they have. Now, down below is a shingly beach, and the tide is in at the moment. But when that tide is out, and it's starting to go out, we have spent many hours as a family down there skimming stones. It's a place of real significance to us as a family. So I'm going to try and just take a few photos here as memory bank photos. An area so beautiful that I struggle time after time to come up with a composition here. I know this concrete wall isn't the prettiest on the planet, but when a tide is out there, or when there's a boat just moored here, there's often some nice shots. So what I'll do here at Castlehaven is just mosey around, because it's very, very unusual nowadays that you have this place all to yourself. It's a place that we just adore as a family, but it's a place I've always found difficult to photograph, because I don't know, I just struggle with it. So I'm going to go down on the beach, mosey along, probably one or two long exposures as the tide is in, one or two shots here of the old graveyard behind me, and one or two just general shots of the cove here at Castlehaven. The problem I have is the sun is up there, and the money shot is directly back into the sun, so I'll struggle a bit with that. But it's not really about that here for me anyway. When I come here, I just take it in, and it roots us again. It roots us as a family, and then we go our separate ways again. So I'll take a few shots here. I don't think they will be money makers or award winners, but they'll be special to us as a family. So if any of them worked out here, down on the beach, here at the old graveyard and church behind me, or whatever else I might find, well, here they are. Enjoy. So I've arrived here at Knockdrum Stone Fort, which is a stone fort that overlooks the whole area of Castletownsend, all the way along the coast towards Tragumna. And the area that we would have spent a lot of our childhood, and where my grandfather was born and reared before he moved up the country to Kildare. It's just such a dramatic landscape if I flip you around. So we've got the Atlantic Ocean, sweeping all the way around, and that way over there is America. So this is a fitting spot, I think, to compose my last few shots. Again, screaming out for panoramas, but I might punch in a little bit on some of the islands with the 50 to 200. I might even have to put the 1.4 teleconverter on. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But nobody here, just taking it all in. Just a few days here, so not much time. I could spend days photographing this coastline. I just figured I'd photograph the few locations that are important to us as a family. And maybe somewhere down the line my kids might get something out of this video when they're showing their kids and their kids about where their ancestors came from. So let's see where we can get here. I'm struggling already. I'll have to get the camera out and look through the viewfinder. That's something that I find works for me when I'm photographing. So yeah, let's see what we can do here at this stone circle. Yeah, so the couple of shots I'm seeing here are, I'm seeing one here punched in with the 50 to 200 focusing on the island, which is way out here in the distance. But the compression on the 5200 will kind of compress that scene, and I'm probably a square crop, who knows. I will fiddle about with it a bit more. And then I see another shot here. Not the most pleasing, but when I look through my viewfinder, it kind of works for me. So we have the farm track coming down along here and winding its way down. But that line will kind of be a leading line with the focus on the island way out there in the distance. I'm going to try that one. That one may be a 4x3. We'll see come the end. And I'm looking way out in the distance here, and you see this headland here. That with the 50 to 200 with the 1.4, I think I can isolate that headland and have a very minimalistic seascape shot there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting that one. And then when I turn around, and this is a tricky one, but I've got the ring fort here, the stone circle, the ring fort, with its central plaza there in the middle. But I'm going to see, can I get the wide angle lens on and shoot something like that with those kind of agitated skies overhead. Or maybe it'll be a panorama, 5-6 shots from left all the way across to right maybe. I'm not going to get the whole stone circle in, but that's just the way it is. I also got 1 or 2 shots coming up here of the laneway and some bluebells on the laneway and 2 old ladies out for their morning walk, walking up the laneway. So I've already got those, but I'm going to focus on those couple of shots that I just spoke about. Wow. You know, we only get a few days here every year, but this grounds us as a family. But anyway, I digress. If any of these shots worked out, from the stone circle ring fort here, looking over Castletownsend, the bay, the Atlantic Ocean, here they are. gotten very windy here all of a sudden. There's rain coming in off the Atlantic. But I think that's where I'll wrap up this short video. A video connecting you, the viewers, with the history of my family here in West Cork, in particularly along this stretch of coastline along Castlehaven, Castletownsend, over as far as Trogumna, Towhead. The area where my grandfather came from before he went up the country to County Kildare. We come back here as often as we can to connect to our roots. We are tied to it forever, and tied to it in an extremely heartwarming way. It's a place I must come back to at least once a year. But it's time to wrap up this video, and thanks again for joining me. Please, if you can, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and why not hit a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it too if you like the content. Anything you see, anything you want to say, feel free to comment down below, and why not go ahead and check out some more of my other videos that you may have interest in. So we'll leave you with the images from the stone circle here. Plus, I'm feeling nostalgic. I'm going to dig up a few photos from past visits here to this coastline, because I certainly couldn't cover everything here in this very short video. As I said, there's a million other shots I could have taken, but I just wanted to take on this quick trip to West Cork the areas that mean a lot to us as a family. All that's left for me to say is slán leat, goodbye, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.